So I'm just going to pick up on the energies of those who might be tuning in now or those who could be tuning in to the reading later, and just to see what's coming through from our tarot cards, but also a little bit of crystal ball scrying as well. So it will be for all signs. I will be also, if I feel like there's a specific sign that I'm being drawn to, like for example, I'm just hearing Aries at the moment, that energy when I'm discussing it will be just what's popping out for me, what I'm sensing at the moment. I've got a little bit of an funny feeling in my stomach, like there's somebody who's awaiting, it's either a big job interview or they're about to be on stage or be viewed at in that kind of way. It could be for a speech, a presentation, a job interview, that type of thing. We've got the Six of Cups. It could be, this is from the Everyday Witch Tarot, it could be that somebody is actually having to approach somebody from their past, or they're about to pluck up the courage for asking somebody out on a date, or like I said, they're making a presentation, presenting something to someone here, and they're feeling a little bit nervous about it. It's quite an interesting energy that I'm getting through. It could be an Aries that's involved in this, but it is water sign energy. We've got Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. But this to me is these old soulmate energies, somebody from the past, somebody who could be a friend, who could be knocking on the door with a gift, somebody approaching with a gift could be relevant. That's the first part of the energy. I'm just getting a little bit more from the What's News to see what's coming through. But yeah, the feeling that I had was somebody who's tuning in has to do something where they're feeling a bit nervous about it. I'm even getting a driver's license type energy when you're going for your driver's license and you have that kind of, oh, I'm having to watch what I'm doing. Spiritually woke, self-awareness, cutting through illusions, detaching from ego. That energy also coming up for you at the moment. And let's see what we're getting from the romance angels to go with these messages. So it's nice energy, but it feels as though somebody's on a journey and they've had to change pathways. It could be something that you've had a stuck belief system for some time, and maybe another person or others around you had a different way of thinking and you were resistant to that. You were blocking it and saying, no, you're wrong, or this is right. And it's something's happened in your life that's occurred now, and now you're having to rethink your belief system. It's sort of like, it could be to do with spiritual religion, that type of thing, or something that you were very rigid on. And then it feels like somebody's coming with a different point of view. And at first you've dismissed it. You've not wanted to know what it was about. You've blocked it. Maybe you've even been a little bit almost rude, or almost like your ego was in control and sort of saying, no, you're wrong. And now after you've had to, maybe you've lost contact with the person, now you've had to think about what they were saying. This is what's coming through from my guides. Now you've had a chance to think about it, and you might be changing your view, which is this spiritually woke. Hi there, thanks for tuning in. I've got a couple of people tuning in. This is my first live, so thank you for coming in. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. So this Six of Cups is where I'm drawing the energy from too. I feel like you're going to have to kind of go back, or this could be reversed energy too. Somebody might be coming to you, or you're going to have to go to them, and almost like a bit of a peace offering here of, I'm sorry, I've had time to think about that, and now I feel as though I might have a new opinion. I might have been wrong, and this could be something that makes you, I feel like you've got a new love of something, not only a person or a way of thinking, but the new love is with something spiritual, or something you've been awoken to, and something you have great interest in now, and you want to learn more, and you want to be around that energy. Like I said, it could be even something like people were listening to readings and maybe you always dismissed it, and you were like, oh, that's, you know, there's nothing in that, and I feel like the people are just con people, that kind of idea. And then you ended up having an experience yourself, or you heard something and you've changed your mind. This is the energy that's coming through. So this one, the new love, says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. And I feel like it's in two ways. The person who maybe has always been a bit of a weirdo or an odd bod, you suddenly paid attention to the things that they're saying, and now you're like, actually, I think all along they were maybe ahead of their time. I might have dismissed them. I might have even joked with other people. There's this sort of sense of, when I was picking up that anxiety in the beginning, a little bit of, oh, I've kind of written this person off early, or I said one or two things behind their back, like, oh, aren't they a bit, loopy, something like that. And then you now got this feeling of, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. I think it could be something here for me. So like I said, the first energy I had was Aries energy coming in, and that was that fiery sort of energy, but it's also water sign that's come through. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energies, that sort of loving energy. But I really feel like it's your chance now to delve in to this new way of thinking. So it could be that you've found something exciting to study that you've never looked at before, or something to deep dive into, and you might be able to have chats with that person. But I feel like you need to be brave, or they need to be brave, and maybe make the space to actually ask for coffee. Go out, find this way of making a little offering here, and maybe a meeting at a garden center. That could be something nice. You could make sort of a time where you're going somewhere in nature, and that's going to be a really nice idea. So what do we got here? The Ace of Cups again, it's water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But this is your romance and love energy coming in. And like I said, it could be love energy for something new that you're interested in, but it's coming in as new love. I feel like there's somebody who was around your orbit that you might have dismissed early as not your type, or they've got a different way of thinking, different culture, different background. And now you're having to sort of think, oh, maybe I am more interested. Maybe I need to actually take this person seriously. I think they might have an interesting way of thinking. Even if I don't believe exactly the same thing, I should listen a little more. I might find more information. And now I'm getting, this is what you felt like. Have I spoilt the broth? This is the Five of Swords. So this is where you feel like, oh, I'm a bit ashamed. I might have done the wrong thing or said the wrong thing. And you've been a little bit defensive. It's almost like you double down by maybe speaking to other people and almost laughing like, that person, they have strange ideas. And now you're kind of going, oh, I felt like I took a wrong path. I felt like I made a bad decision. But don't worry, there's always the opportunity to say, you know what, I think I sort of made an opinion too quickly. People love when you are just honest and say, look, it all sounded a bit funny to me at the start, and I had time to reflect, and since you've been out of my life, or I haven't been around you as much, I've kind of missed that energy, and I'm interested in what you were talking about before, and I feel like it was of value. And this is where we have this rushing in energy. This is a Knight of Swords energy, so it could be your Geminis, Librans, or Aquariuses that are coming in, because they're both with this two energy. But it's again up in the head, getting worried about the way that things might have happened. I really want you to let go of anything it's past energy. You can't change anything in the past, but we can learn from it. It can be a nice lesson of, oh, I judged a book by its cover. Now you get a chance to start a new chapter and open up the book, but you have to be brave enough to go back and say to somebody, look, I think I judged too soon, or I made the wrong choice. And is there room for us to, catch up again? And they can only say no, but you won't feel bad about approaching somebody to say, look, I might have judged a bit too soon. And you'll never feel sorry for speaking your truth and backpedaling on that and making people feel comfortable. So I think that's good. So yeah, please go ahead. If you have a question for everyone watching and the streamer, please go ahead. Is it Moonlight? Pop your question in. It might take me a while to see it. I don't know how quickly that comes up, but you can post a question for sure. If anyone wants to pop anything in the chat, go for it. This is my first live, so I don't really know how it works. See how you go. We've got the wish card coming through for you. So whatever is going on here, you get your wish. This is what is the energy that will come through. So a 9 of Cups coming through, that is the blessing. It's exactly what I said. If it feels like it's going to be a little bit scary to come out and say something, that's the result. The 9 of Cups coming through, you're at peace, you get your wishes. I really feel like that's the way of having the new love energy of whatever this is. If you're not brave enough, you don't make that connection. You're not going to learn. You're not going to learn from the experience. You know, it's all lessons, so it doesn't matter, and you're only left with yourself at the end of the day. And, you know, perhaps you feel like if you don't do it now, it's going to be another cycle where you have to come back around and learn something again. So I really do feel like if you've got the opportunity and you know what this is about and it's resonating with you, you know, take the leap. Go and look at something different, or speak to the person who seems a little odd and strange that's always been sitting there. Maybe there's somebody at your workplace. Maybe it's somebody who you encounter that you see in the coffee shop and they're always reading something strange and you've kind of judged them before. Maybe sit down and sort of say, what's all this about? You know, I see you reading this. Can you tell me a bit about it? And buy someone a coffee. Learn something new, and you could find that it's a whole new group of people that you're exposed to. It could be a new club, a new organization. It could be something really quite exciting for you. Maybe they go to festivals. Maybe they have a different point of view that you become quite interested in. And so the other energy that you've got attached to you is the blues, scared, heavy emotions, mental distress. This is what I mean by this energy here. It's only up in your head, and it's just a lack of action. No one's going to be sorry for changing course and doing something that's a bit brave and out of their comfort zone by saying, you know what, I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say something to this person, or I'm going to join this club or organization. I'm going to learn something new. You're not going to regret it. You won't regret being exposed to different people. So I think that is one major part of the energy that's coming through. And, you know, a new love of something, or new love is the reward for it. And it pulls you out of that feeling isolated and feeling like you're depressed. It's just a lack of action, of not actually changing course. You know, if you're not happy where you are, it's time to pivot. That's the universe telling you, go into a different direction. Hi, I've got a few people online. I think it's Tyrone, Alvin, Moonlight. If anyone has a question or a comment, pop it in the chat and I'll see what's coming up for you. It might be a bit slow. I don't know how quickly your comments present for me. So let's check this out. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. It helps the channel grow and it helps the algorithm so that I can get more views, the YouTube algorithm. I'm just doing a general reading today. If you've just tuned in, you've got passion. You've got new love and passion. This is such good energy for all the signs and everyone who's tuning into this video. I feel like you're so close to getting everything that you want. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So there's something that you're denying yourselves out of fear of taking a leap, and it could be that it's something from the past or something even that you loved to do. This makes me think of childlike energy, and maybe it seems silly to go down that path, and it could be something like you always wanted to be an actor, an actress, or a singer, and you didn't pursue any of it, and you know, and you thought, oh, I'm too old now, I can't do it. You know, they need people of every age group in everything. It's only yourself that's limiting you. So again, I'm getting that kind of energy for this. Do what you're passionate about and you'll meet the right people who are in your same energetic frequency. will draw this new love in. And you've got such good cards. I mean, the wishes coming through here. The only thing is your own limitations by being too worried to put yourself out there, too worried to speak to the person who you might have stood there with other people going, oh yeah, they're a bit different. And that's what a lot of people do when a lot of people are envious of others who are brave, who are doing something different that might be a bit strange. It could be a bit odd, but don't we always try to cut the tall poppy down? But maybe it's because we all just haven't quite had the bravery to take the leap and jump forward. And a lot of the time, the people who are standing around bickering about people just haven't been brave enough to take the plunge themselves. That's what it is. They're not doing it themselves. Thank you. I'm getting nice comments there. So I really do think that the messages for you is that think back to when you were younger and you were having more fun and it just used to be silly, and you know, it was a different kind of competitiveness. You felt like you could do it all. You could be whatever. And you used to say, oh, I'm going to be a fireman. I'm going to be a policeman. I'm going to be a doctor. I'm going to be a flight attendant, whatever it is. At that time, you were getting messages. Your soul was saying you can be anything. Like, pick it, you can be it. I can be a movie star. I can be, yeah, you can. The only thing that stops us is our own mindset that blocks us off. It gets us into this, oh, you know, I don't have. But this is about making those connections by talking to people and speaking it out loud, saying, you know what, I always dreamt of being this. And once you start talking about it, you watch the people that come into your pathway to help you get there. While you're keeping it a secret and you're pretending to be something that isn't really aligned, and when you're standing in with this group who are just, you know, not getting the broth right, they're stirring up things, but, you know, it's going wrong. That's because there's negative energy around it, negative frequency. It's lack. It's looking and kind of mixing things together and talking about others and not actually having the action, not being brave to just go forward, you know, an action here and go, you know what, I'm going to go talk to this person. We've always thought they were a bit strange. They're doing things a bit differently, but I like their energy. They're always happy. They're always smiling. I want to go and check out what it's about. So that's really a main thing. It helps you. Good. I'm glad. Love my hair. Thank you. It's a bit fuzzy on top. Can you read mine about my partner returning back to me, please? Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, what number are you thinking of? I've got 23 coming in my mind straight away. And I don't know what 23 has to do with you. There's 13 coming up. This is the death card for whether your person is coming back. Don't get worried about that. It could be Scorpio energy, but I feel like you absolutely need to cut the ties with this person energetically. You'll see here the sword. I'm hoping I'm getting it there. Can you see the rope and the sword there? So I want you to look up on YouTube. I often like to work with Archangel Michael. There are cord cutting that you can do, meditations. Go into silence and you actually, it's the opposite way of thinking. You need to cut the energetic cord to them and restore your own energy, because once you do that, then you and the other person are going to have an understanding of where you're at, because at the moment there's an energetic bleed. That's what I'm getting between you and your partner. So, you know, you have to set something truly free to know if it's for you to come back around again. And often be aware that in this time, because I've got a lot of new love and passion coming here, when you do cut this cord, you might find that somebody new comes in, or it will be a new energy and a new contract between you and your partner, because this is very much the people who I've picked up on who will be coming in here are looking for fresh energy at the moment. That's what the reading is about. So for you, this energy could have been a bit dead. The relationship wasn't working. And so it's asking for the cord to be cut. Like I said, there's good meditations, because sometimes we find it hard to detach ourselves, and sometimes we're looking at many readings and things like that to try to get some sort of sign of if the person is coming back. But truly, you need to disconnect first, because if somebody says they're going away for some reason, let them go, because you know, maybe they're not good enough for you. That's honestly the thing. And maybe somebody way better is there, or they definitely weren't the right energy at the time. They weren't treating you in the way that you needed them to. So it's crucial that you actually get rid of this energetic cord, that you cut it. And you can do that in meditation. You actually imagine yourself connected to them energetically with a cord. And then you get a nice bright sword, a protected sword, and you cut it off and you draw all of your energy back to yourself. And you let them take all of their energy back to themselves. Only always with love and light, that you go your way with love and I'll go my way with love. That's the way to separate your energies. Restore your energy back to yourself. You'll find that maybe it is the new hobbies, maybe it is the people who you haven't spoken to yet, and you might find that you've got a better match, or the person learns their lesson and comes back in a better way, because the energy at the moment between you, if somebody's breaking up with you, do you want to be with people who are flaky? No, it's not good enough for you. You know, you need to have that. So I really think that that's one for you. That his name's delete. Okay, yeah, look, that's what I'm getting for you for that one, that you do need to look up Archangel Michael cord cutting meditations. They're just a really good way. And any type of visualization that you do, it doesn't need to be that specific one, but any cord cutting where you lie down, go into meditation, and then you're going to find that you honestly have quite, and that this message could be for more than one person. Generally, when people ask questions, it relates to more than one listener. So for anyone who's got energy of the past hanging on, it bleeds into your energy and it holds you back. It gives you this one. It gives you that. And you need to, what does this one say? The first one, detaching, going towards your spiritual side, opening yourself up. It opens your heart back up, and lots of prayers and asking for help from your angels, from your ancestors, from your guides, from whichever source that you feel is of love and light and can help you. And that's how you're going to find your way forward. It can be hard to come out of feelings of heaviness, but it's also, that's part of the challenge. That's why we're here to learn how to work with energy, to be our best selves, to shine brightly. And sometimes the people who we're with, they're at a level and we outgrow them. So you have to cut the cord. Either they level up as well, like you are going to level up into a new frequency where you're learning something new, you become a new version of yourself. Either they will match you or they fall off and another person of equal or better comes in to help you on your journey, on your path. So yeah, look, when I've asked for more energy for you, I did get that there was something hidden. So something that's secret, maybe something was stolen away from you, or there's sneaky energy in the background. There's something that just wasn't right. You definitely are advised here to cut the cords and work on your own healing. I know, I'm the one who's right with you there. It's not easy to do, but that's the point. When you do it and you really do say to yourself, was this person the person was I feeling better with this person maybe in the beginning, but then at what point did it start to feel like a chore and they were taking the energy from me and not making, the person should match you. If they're a partner, you shouldn't be worried about them walking away, or they should be there in the bad times just like you're there in the bad times. You're there in the good times. It's an energetic match. when it mismatches, it's okay. That person came to teach you something about yourself so that you can learn something to level up, and then you've leveled up. Now you're on a different, it's like, think about it like a different radio station, different bandwidth, and you kind of have to let that energy go to draw in to make them either level up to what your expectations would be, or let it go though, because there could be somebody who's way better, which is what I'm sensing. I mean, here I've got new love and passion coming in. And I know people they think that the person that they had was the best one. They're not going to get better than that. That's just not the case. It definitely ends up being, it ends up being the person that unexpected person that comes in that can help you, on your journey. So keep that in mind. Okay. Your wife is Elsa anyone. Okay. Let's see what else is coming through for everyone who's tuning in. So it could be some messages in there that are resonating for people. Look, this one's come through. Single, ready to mingle. So I feel like this one is quite funny. It's actually telling me that you do need to just cut the cord and head on your own journey if there's old energy coming from the back, because you don't need to bring somebody else in really quickly. It's not the message that I'm getting here. New love will build slowly. But the energy that I was getting is that you're working on yourself, but you will meet people of interest, and maybe those people are going to lead you to the person, or maybe somebody unexpected. Like I said, it's somebody around, it could be in a circle or in a friendship group, but it's somebody who you wouldn't have normally associated with, is how I'm getting it. Or it could be somebody that you had dismissed in a way. And maybe it is people from when you were younger. I feel like it's that you might be reconnecting with, or there's an idea, a hobby, or something that was left back there that you were called to at the time to explore, and you left it off and went down a different path. And it's like your soul is calling you to go back down and explore that way. And it could be to do with, if you've never put yourself forward for promotions and things like that, because you felt like, oh, this is the level that I'm at. This is kind of telling you that other people might want to keep you on that level too. They're not going to say, go for it, do it, put yourself forward, because they're comfortable, they're on that frequency there, but you're coming out of it. So that's the message that I'm getting for you. I'm going to end it soon because I am going to the beach. I'm down in Melbourne, and we don't have very much nice weather down here in spring. It can be horrendous. But I am going to get another message for you from here. Past life relationship. So you've known this person before from another round, another lap of time. That's why it's calling to you now. And even it could be the person that you're trying to cut the ties from, but there's somebody else from a past life where you've done it before. And that's why it's like a memory and a wish that's there. Don't forget to pray and to meditate and to ask for help and guidance, but head for your passions, like what are the things that you secretly love to do? What is this thing that you actually like that you could have left behind? Is it going and buying a bike or renting a bike and riding like how you did when you were a kid and you haven't done it in ages, and I'm too old to get a bike, or I wouldn't be able to? Is it something like that you've left behind? Or I used to like swimming, but I haven't swum in 15 20 years. I think you can still swim. You're still going to be able to ride the bike. You might feel a bit foolish at first. I took up hula hooping, and I did that when I was a kid, and I've been hula hooping now for 10 years. And you know, people think I'm a professional hula hooper. I could probably make a career out of it. So it's a funny thing, but it's silly. It's something that I would have felt if I hadn't have taken the leap into it, people would have laughed about it because, oh, you're too old to do that. But it's fun to do it. It's silly. And I met great people through doing that. So same thing with tarot. A lot of people criticize this, but, you know, I've got my crew who are here listening in, tuning in, and, you know, people enjoy it. So be brave and have the conversation. Be brave, ask the person to go for coffee, or go and do some things that you think were silly or from the past, or that you can't do that anymore. Have the bravery to do it, because the signs are here for new energy. We're coming into this season of Scorpio at the end of the month. It's death and rebirth. It's the time, and we've got all the eclipses. It's the time to just, who cares? Who cares? The only person in the end who is living your life is you. At the end of, when you grow old, that's who you're going to be thinking back and it's, oh, I wish I had no, don't be that person. Just go and do it. Who cares? Who cares if people judge? Who cares if people laugh at it? Who cares? Like, you'll find new people. You'll find the tribe that enjoy that. And then you will not care for a second. You won't even worry about it one more part. So, you know, if there's old energy, even if you're in a relationship and it's feeling tight, it's feeling like it's not getting ahead, it's the same message. Bring new love and new energy into it and put up some ideas. You know, hey, why don't we go and try, you know, paddle boarding, or I don't know what. So, you know, let's go do something that's let's go zip lining, let's go do something extraordinary. So maybe it's hula hooping, maybe it's dancing, maybe it's going and doing, maybe it's running together, maybe it's going for long walks. I don't know, bird watching, could be anything, but suggest it. And if it's something that you've liked to do, and maybe you haven't really talked about it because you didn't think the other person's interested, then get them. Maybe, you know, you haven't done that together. Maybe if you share your hobby and your love with the person who you're with, they might get into it too. And I'm picking up fishing for some reason. There might be somebody on here that likes to go fishing and thinks their partner would hate it, but maybe they would enjoy being brought into that world. You know, maybe they don't mind it. Maybe it's going to be peaceful out on the water, but they're sort of like, oh, I hate doing that. But sort of say to them, I'd really love if you come with me just one time, just so that you can share, so that when I come home, I can talk about it. That's the kind of vibration that I'm getting from this. So I hope this has been a nice reading for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. My first live. How exciting. I'll do more of them now that I see that there's people who come in. Thank you so much for liking the video, giving it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, because it helps the channel to grow. It helps other people to find the video. Hopefully I stop it and it all works out fine. Don't even know how to do that. But thank you so much for tuning in. And it's my first time, I think I've turned the camera on myself as well. So I've managed to, I didn't know how the cards were going to look. So thanks so much for your support and for tuning in. Hi from Melbourne, Australia, from the wild weather that we get down here. Sunny day. I'm going to go onto the beach. It's just the afternoon here. So don't know where you're tuning in, what time it is, but could be night time for you. Could be early morning. Who knows? Have a lovely day, and you know, October's going to be great. I'll bring out some October readings. I'm a little bit behind because I did a mid-September. So there's all the signs there, including a fucus. I do an Ophiuchus reading as well for people who are following the sidereal astrology instead of our typical zodiac one, because I tune into that energy as well. And I will catch up with you soon. Thank you for the comment. Turn from divination and divine readings. There's always light and dark with everything. So I actually am one from the light side. So I am aware of the occult readings. I don't do, and I know that people have the opinion of negative. But as you can see, I was recommending earlier about the archangels, Michael, and I'm actually Catholic background, so it's not really They're not demonic readings that I do. I'm not interested in any of that kind of energy. Some readers can tap into that. I'm aware of that. And you don't see a lot of that these days. There's light and dark in everything. I'm sure you're aware too that if you're in any type of religion, there can be dark. So unfortunately, it can be drawn into any. So thanks for your comment. I'm not needing to turn away from demonic, because I definitely know, am aware about it, and don't entertain any of that energy. So blessings to everybody in a beautiful way. And like I said, I'm saying prayers for everybody. So have a lovely afternoon and look after yourselves. Take care. Bye.